sports. It's in the game.
I've been shooting from a cannon. Mid-flight, here to recite, I ain't landing. Handles like a vandal at night, you can't grab it. Fire underneath my hood is outstanding. Blast through a wall of bricks like Superman did. Ain't nothing holding me back but me standing. So I'ma take off right now from this planet. The new sound has been found in yo. I don't know what you've been told, but I ain't gonna stop till I break the mold. You see, I'm born in a mule. I wanna rise in the ceiling, yes I do. I think it's time to see a brand new menu. I said I'm born in a million. Born in a million. Yeah, born in a million. Yeah, born in a million. All right now. You with me? I said, are you with me? Wake up to see my brand new horizon. The world's in my hands and the sun's tantalizing. Grab hold of mine if you want some good time. And it's been too long and you need some unwinding. Woo! Shake it low, shake it low. The new sound has been found. And yo, I don't know what you've been told, but I ain't gonna stop till I break the mold. You see, I'm born in a
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the great cities of the world, London, England. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway here in England. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. To the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now is Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. The man in motion is Brown. Now here's Mahomes. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 6. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward, and indeed he did not. They stop him. He tried to do it himself, but couldn't find his way to the marker. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. To throw, it's Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this returnable for Sims. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, That may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. And Walker has it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. He finds his man, complete. It's Walker. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 25-yard line. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Running left, it's Henry. Down to about the 23. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Henry. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throwing is Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the Ravens post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
A handoff now for Pacheco. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Let's face it, when you have a guy who can pick up those types of runs and keep the chains moving or stay ahead of the chains, you're making everyone else on offense happy because you're opening things up to allow for a whole lot of different play calls.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Now a 2nd and 10. On the handoff, it's Pacheco. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 40. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Again, it's Pacheco. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. On play action, it's Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Noah Gray, 32 yards. And the Chiefs are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do. So I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around. I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
In motion, the tight end. Jackson now. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, decided to make sure he toe tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it.
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. This one into the hands of Aguilar. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, 50 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Mahomes now to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Mahomes going to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect him with his legs for that first down pickup.
They'll look to throw now on first down, eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 23.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Now Patrick going to change the play. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. How you like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you?
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Henry out of the pistol. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Henry. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A first down carry for Henry.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29.
Henry up the middle.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Now Jackson. Walker complete.
And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Henry.
And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Jackson to throw.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Trying to punch it in with Henry.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. It's kind of an interesting decision. 1-score game, 3rd quarter. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm willing to go out on the limb on this one and go for it. And here's why. If I set it up right now and go get the touchdown, I'm in firm control of this ball game, and my team has a ton of confidence. If I don't get it, hey, I rely on my defense. And if somehow they go downfield on me and score, so be it. I want to be in control and in firm control right now.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Tucker's kick is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone. And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored him, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Now they go screen. It's complete. Able to avoid him at the 40. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They run it with Pacheco from the gun.
And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Now 2nd and 9.
He'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw. Dancing to his left. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, a 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Chiefs have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Butker on for the PAT. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Jackson. Flush to his right.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually on the field trying to chase him or you're just watching him play. This guy is sheer excitement.
61 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
Second down, they go again with Henry.
And he is going to lose yardage here. The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now it's Jackson.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number one receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Henry running right. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry, a 15-yard touchdown run.
And the Ravens get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco.
And some room to roam now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Mahomes.
Rolling to his right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Well, we knew this was going to be a tall order anyway, down 2 scores with this little time remaining, but that interception puts an end to any hopes that they had.
All right, partner, work with me here because obviously scoring a touchdown, getting the onside kick, then going down, scoring again, well, that's asking a lot, isn't it? And that's really not a great expectation to begin with. I think they'll look back on this game and see what got them in this spot in the first place and say to themselves, we really gave this game away.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
No, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Here's 2nd and 10.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Going deep for Walker. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Jackson.
The throw's going to be caught.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Jackson to throw.
Throw caught by Flowers. And he has the Ravens first down, and it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. This is caught.
And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Here's another 1st and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty. Throwing now is Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Nelson Aguilar. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Ravens are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game.
So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
Well, trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
And they will take a knee here.
So the final seconds tick away.